Okay, so the time of this interview is we're in 2017. Is it better for a screenwriter to focus on spec screenplays or a spec television pilot?
So I think that TV writing and feature film writing are different art forms. There's a lot of overlap, but they're very different. So I think that someone has to first of all say, do I want to be a feature film writer or do I want to be a TV writer? Now it's possible they want to do both, but generally writers have a preference to one or the other. Now that said, there's so much more opportunity and money in TV than there is in features. Features are getting better, but not as good. Although I know a lot of TV writers who are sneaking over to the feature neighborhood because there's a lot less competition. But that said, I do have clients and students who want to be feature film writers, but want to become TV writers as their day jobs while they keep writing their Moonlight or their Manchester by the Sea or whatever they're writing. But what I would say is, there's this training of all the creative integration and skill sets. And then when you really get to that, the last training of really designing and executing on your stories and your characters, there's different training for TV or feature. So I would say if someone is sort of new to this whole game, I'd pick one of those forms and really get strong at that before you try to learn the other. I wouldn't be bouncing back and forth because then you kind of become kind of good but not great at either. Now, if someone's really great at one form, yeah, focus on the other. So it is really hard to sell a feature film original script, but it's getting a little bit easier, which means it's gone from impossible to almost impossible. But I have, in the last 2 months, I've had four students sell feature scripts. And so it is certainly possible, but you see more action on the TV side. But I think the mistake that a lot of people make is they want to go write a TV script because they think there's more action and it's easier, but their heart's not really into it. They don't really want to be a TV writer, or they're not really trained to be a TV writer, and they're wasting their time. So maybe I'm a romantic, but I just think that there's going to be so much training and so much dedication and sacrifice to get into this business. And what people don't understand is that getting in the business, as hard as that is a lot easier than staying in the business. And if you're going to go through all of that, then do it for a career that you want. Do it for a life that you want. I mean, TV writing and feature film writing is very different. I was a feature film writer for 11 years. I had total control of my schedule. I would take meetings maybe one or two days a week, but only when I wanted to. Most of the time, I could be in Europe writing. I could be here writing. I could do whatever. I had so much control over my schedule. I would work really intently on something for 3 or 4 months, and I could take 2 months off. TV writing is very different. You're going to be working maybe 8, 9 months intensely, and then you get time off. You're going to be working in a room a lot with other people. Some people love that. Some people hate that. There's a lot more politics that can go into TV writing. Some people can thrive in that. Some people hate that. Now, as a feature film writer, I would constantly be writing scripts, pouring heart and soul into something that never got made. I had a friend who was a writer on Mad Men, and she would write something, and then, a few months later, we could watch it. And I was so jealous of that. She was so jealous that I did my work literally in Paris for 2 months at one time. She was very jealous of that. So I would say, think about your life. What I always tell writers is, if I can guarantee you success writing for movies or TV, which would you pick? And whichever one you pick, if I could guarantee you success writing any kind of thing, any kind of TV show, comedy, drama, or a movie, what would you pick? And then work backwards from there to see what kind of spec scripts you should be writing. And so have a vision for what kind of career you want, what kind of life you want, work backwards and write those kinds of scripts. And that's plan A. And hopefully plan A will work. Now, over enough period of time, if plan A is not working, you can consider plan B. Plan B is, what would be the easier script to sell? Where is the marketplace? How do I game the marketplace? Now, that doesn't set you up for the life you want or the career you want. That's just, I want an agent. I want to sell something. The mistake that I made, that I hope others don't make, is plan B was my plan A. I was in film school, and I heard the story how Jim Carrey, and I don't know if this is true or not, I was a struggling comic, and he said, someone told him to do this. He wrote a check to himself for $1 million, and he post-dated it a year later. And he said, in 1 year, I'm going to be able to cash this check. And within 1 year, he got living color, and he made millions of dollars. Is that a true story? I don't know. I hope so. I don't know. But I was 23 years old when I heard it, so I thought it was a true story. So I didn't write I started by a check, but I just couldn't do that. But I did write in my calendar 1 year later, I will have an agent and I will have sold a script. I wrote that in my calendar. I told everyone a year from now I'm going to do that. So when we're walking, we move in the direction of where we're looking. That's our intent. So that was my intent. In 1 year, I'll have an agent and sell a script. And it was actually 13 months later, so I didn't quite make it. I had an agent. I actually didn't sell a script, but I sold a pitch to Ridley Scott, and he flew me to London, and it was on the front page of Variety. So I was willing to call that a success. Okay, and what I realized is after I finished Metropolis and it was on the front page of Variety, Ridley was going to make it, and he said very positive things about the script, and me, I was named on the front page of Variety, made my mom's day. And suddenly I was the hot writer in town, and I was getting all these job offers. And I remember thinking, all of these offers that I'm getting are for kinds of things I don't really want to be writing. So I called my agent. I'm like, I don't really want to be writing those kind of things. That's so stupid. I'm like, I'll be writing these kind of things. So get me those kind of offers. And I forget what she said. She said she's such a polite, classy, smart woman. But she basically said, you idiot, if you wanted to be doing this, why did you write this script in Metropolis? Like, everything you wrote lined you up for this career. If you don't want this career and you want that career, why did you write those scripts? Why did you sell Metropolis? And the honest answer is because I was just trying to get an agent and sell something. I hadn't thought. I was 24 years old. I was so fixed mindset, I said, if I can't sell a script in a year, I'm going to law school. Because if I don't sell a script in a year, it means I don't have what it takes, which is very fixed mindset and very stupid. And so I tell people, don't make the mistake I made. Plan B is, okay, I just want to get an agent, I just want to sell something, I just want to validate I can do this. But plan A is, what career do I want? What life do I want? And reverse engineer what you should be writing to give yourself that.